Sahara is the name of a desert that covers an area of 9,200,000 square kilometers, which is comparable to the size of the United States or China. The Sahara is one of the hottest deserts in the world and is considered the third largest desert after Antarctica and the Arctic North. The Sahara Desert covers a vast area in North Africa, which accounts for about 31% of the total area of the continent. For years, this dry area only received annual rainfall below 200 mm. It is believed that the Sahara was one of the first areas to become a center of civilization in Africa. And about 5,000 years ago, the entire Sahara region had vegetation that was considered savanna. This view is based on the abundance of cave paintings that show agricultural activities. Archaeologists have found prehistoric caves, stone paintings, and other archaeological remnants that describe life in the Sahara, which used to be green land. The pieces of pottery show that about 7,000 years ago, the herders raised livestock and harvested crops in places that are now barren desert sand. It is estimated that desertification in the Sahara occurred around 3000 BC. Since then, this region has become a place that is unfriendly for most people. Most scientists believe that drought in the Sahara is due to changes in Earth's orbit that affect solar insolation, or the amount of electromagnetic energy received by Earth from the Sun. The Sahara Desert has various land features, but the most famous are the sand dunes that are often depicted in movies. Sand dunes can reach a height of almost 183 meters and cover about 25% of the entire desert. Other topographic features include mountains, plateaus, plains covered with sand and gravel, salt flats, basins, and depressions. Although this area is known to be low in water, the Sahara contains two permanent rivers, namely the Nile River and the Niger River, as well as at least 20 seasonal lakes and large aquifers, which are the main sources of water for more than 90 major oases in the desert. Water management authorities once thought that aquifers in the Sahara were fossil aquifers. That is, water reserves that accumulated under different climate and geological conditions in the past. They were worried that these resources would soon dry up due to overuse. But fortunately, according to research, aquifers in the Sahara can still be helped by rain and runoff. Despite the very harsh and arid conditions of the Sahara that seem impossible to support life, many species of plants and animals make this region their home. About 500 species of plants, 70 species of mammals, 90 species of birds, 100 species of reptiles, and various species of spiders, scorpions, and other small arthropods live in the Sahara. Camels are one of the most iconic animals in the Sahara, although their ancestors are believed to originate from North America. Camels are known as desert ships because they can adapt well to the hot and arid environment of the Sahara. Humps on camelbacks store fat that can be used for energy and hydration between meal times. They store energy very well, so they can go more than a week without water and several months without food. Other mammal inhabitants in the Sahara are deer, cheetahs, caracals, desert foxes, and wild dogs. Many reptiles also thrive in desert environments, including several species of snakes, lizards, and even crocodiles in places that have water supplies. Some arthropod species also make Sahara their home, such as dung beetles, scorpions, and many types of ants. Plant species in the Sahara have also adapted to dry conditions, with roots that reach far underground to find buried water sources and leaves that are formed into thorns to minimize moisture loss. Sahara comes from the Arabic noun word soro, which means desert. On the west side, Sahara borders the Atlantic Ocean, with the Atlas Mountains and Mediterranean Sea in the north, the Red Sea on the east side, and Sal in the south, in a semi-dry area that forms a transition zone between Sahara in the north and the humid savanna belt in the south. The Sahara Desert is part of several different countries. Countries that get a share of this desert are Morocco, Mali, Mauritania, Egypt, Libya, Algeria, Chad, the Niger Republic, some parts of Sudan, a small part of Nigeria, and a small part of Burkina Faso. The area of the Sahara Desert has grown by almost 10% since 1920, and this figure is likely to continue to grow at a comparable rate until 2050. It is estimated that about a third of the desert expansion is caused by climate change due to human actions. So, one of the solutions proposed to reduce the impact of climate change is to install large-scale wind and solar farms in the Sahara. Wind farming will provide clean energy, reduce the amount of greenhouse gases entering the atmosphere, and also increase rainfall around it. Simulations show that rainfall in wind farms will double, thus increasing vegetation by about 20%. And on the other hand, solar farm simulations also produce similar results.